All right. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday,
Yes, okay.
everyone. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Break
Yep.
with Tanisha. How's everybody doing today on this wonderful Thursday?
Blessed and highly favored.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how we want to start our day. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, it is Thursday. Today is January 4th. We are 4 days into 2024, and everybody should have taken off like a rocket with their business in 2024. Everybody should be on schedule, using their calendars, right? Hitting your goals, whether you have daily goals, right? Sticking to your DMO, your daily method of operation. So, anybody have anything we could celebrate today? Welcome, Marilyn. Anybody have
Well,
anything?
I guess being that is my what is it that we talked about? That's my mantra or my what is it we say? My brand. That is my brand. Celebrate every day with Amazing K. I'm gonna celebrate every day and everything I'm gonna celebrate. So yes, I'm celebrating that I'm sticking to my daily method of operation of making 35 calls a day and getting
Excellent.
some results. I'm sticking to that. It may not be all at one time, but before midnight hit, I'm talking to 35 people about my business.
That is fantastic. Let me give you some flames for that because that is
I'll
awesome.
take the planes. I'll take the planes.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Amira, what have you been doing that you could be proud of to move your business forward?
Well, I have been consistently contacting people every day and starting conversations and following up with them. Not as many as because I was not feeling well for a little bit, not as many as on Monday, but I'm intentionally talking to at least 10 conversations yesterday and today and the day before. So I'm really working on being consistent in that. I had a 3-way call yesterday that was super promising. And I have a travel interview, a travel booking call for a potential client who actually one of the people who I talked to with respect to my sharing the business. I'm not interested, but I need to book some trips. So let's go.
We'll take it.
And the last person that I booked a trip for contacted me and she wants to book 3 more trips. She's writing my first review today. I just have to send her the link for it. I've been a little behind schedule, but I'm getting it done every day. I'm working on it every day. So I'm excited
I
about it.
love that. That is fantastic. And let me correct you. Your 3-way call wasn't promising. She gave us a commitment date.
Yeah, we got a commitment date. We got a
Exactly.
commitment date.
Exactly. That's a
And
little
my
different
birthday
than
is on
promising.
Sunday. So I'm excited. That's going to be a great follow-up birthday gift because I'll officially be ranked up by then.
That's what I'm
I'm
talking about.
excited.
When's your birthday?
The 7th, January 7th.
All right, we gotta remember January 7th. Happy early birthday, because I might
Thank
forget.
you. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Angela. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
Awesome.
back in.
So I want to know what have you been doing in 2024 to make your business better than it was in 2023?
I'm getting together a cruise for a couple.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm trying.
Excellent. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, now I got Florida under my belt.
Right. So Angela has officially moved to Florida. Welcome
But
to the
I'm in Maryland
Sunshine
right now.
State. I know. But welcome to the
We're not gonna
Sunshine
talk
State.
about that.
Even
Is it
though it's
cold
not
there?
feeling like Florida right now, it's cold, but it's supposed to be
I,
warming up today.
yeah, that's because you live in Orlando or by Orlando. It's warmer
Yeah.
where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, right now it's 59 degrees, so we'll take it. It's better than 40.
Oh yeah, I definitely take it.
So, anyone else, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. Welcome if you are watching us from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X. Happy to have you. Thank you for joining us today. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time I put out a new video. I have such a great topic for you today. So, I don't know if some of you are aware, but in 2023, attrition was real.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I felt it.
All right. So let's talk about attrition. And for those of you who may not know what attrition is, in network marketing, you may have people who join your business, but then you also are going to have people who quit your business or quit their business. They ain't quitting your business. They quitting their business. They're quitting on them, their families, or whatever. And so that's called attrition. When someone joins and then they quit, right? They eventually quit. It's called attrition. And so the challenge is to be able to bring someone on, but keep them, which we call retention. So attrition is when they fall off and quit their business. Retention is keeping them in business with you. And so today we're going to talk about, let me get my banner up so you can start taking notes. I'm going to give you 10 tips to build rapport with your new business partner so that they stick and stay. Because what do we say? Stick and stay, you'll get your pay. Stick and stay, we will get your pay. Welcome, boss lady. Benita said, great afternoon. I'll take all y'all weather because Rochester is 27 degrees. That is disrespectful. 27 degrees is disrespectful. I do not like 27 degrees. My heart goes out to you. Yes, Martina, attrition was definitely real. So we have to, based on our corporate call the other day, realizing that attrition is a problem, not just at my level for my team, right? It happened for our company that we're in. We need to work on that, right? Building stronger relationships. Angela said it's 43 in Virginia. That's just bad. All right. So let's jump into, well, let me ask you all this question. Is there anything that you are doing now with your new business partners that you feel is helping with retention? Or do you feel that you need some assistance with that? Who wants to comment on that?
I'll comment on it. I feel like the major part that has helped me with attrition is definitely doing that welcome call as soon as possible. Like, don't wait a week or anything. Like, scheduling that as soon as possible has definitely helped me with attrition. But one thing I would say that I need to work on or have assistance with is doing that initial game plan interview. Since I'm not documented yet, I'm a director in my mind. My numbers just gotta catch up. But it's like I need to have that leverage, that successful person behind me to, like, okay, she got somebody that's really rocking and rolling, and they're more qualified to ask those, income goal questions and how long. And so I need to get better at just having that help with that game plan interview.
Absolutely. So definitely reach out to your upline director and have them do the game plan interview with you and your new business partner. This way you'll know how to do it, what questions to ask, how to respond, and it'll help you with your posture, once you transition to doing those calls. So that's a good one though. And that's great that you recognize that game plan interview is so important, and you really need to have someone who's documented to really bring that home and make your new business partner feel like, man, I want to be where they are, right? Make them, help them to really go after their goals and have a plan of action to get there. Anybody else? Anything that you are currently doing that you feel is working to help with retention, or do you feel that, nope, I'm having a problem with attrition and I need some help? Anybody? Let me go to the comments here because I want to hear from you. It's okay if a goal builder do the game plan, right? And call in a director if need be. I would say, can a goal builder do it? Absolutely. But typically, let me say this, the average goal builder should be making about $400 a month, right? And so, Kay, if your new business partner who's coming in wants, their goal is to make, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, then that goal builder is not going to be that effective with driving home the message that this business can meet that goal. So it really should be a director, in my opinion, if you really want to have the best chance at retaining that new business partner, because now they can build a rapport with your upline director, right? And build that relationship. And so when they're, struggling with the business, in addition to you, they now have someone who's documented that can also help them. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Lenise said, getting to know your business partner personally can help with retention. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that. LT wants to know, game plan interview. What is that? Great question. So in our company that we're in the travel business, part of the onboarding process is to have a game plan interview with your new business partner. And that's when you're having a conversation with them, whether it be in person or on Zoom. That makes it more personal. But sometimes, depending on the circumstance, it might be by phone, right? But if you could do an in-person one or Zoom, that's going to be your best way to have a game plan interview. And it's asking them a couple of basic questions. Number one, what is your why for starting the business? And this is across the board. This should be done with every single network marketing company. This should not be a conversation that is exclusive to our company, but any network marketing company that you're in. If you have a new business partner join who wants to build the business, you should have a game plan interview with them. So I don't know if your company has that in place, but if they don't, they should. And if they're not going to, then you incorporate it, right? Because remember, you are the CEO of your business, right? And so with the game plan interview, you're going to ask them, number one, what is your why for joining the business? Because if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. Your why has to be that thing that drives you to work your business, even when you don't feel like it, right? When people first join a business, they're very excited about their new business. But guess what? That excitement doesn't last forever. So what's going to drive them to build the business, even when that excitement is gone, right? Not only that, another way to help people, and you want to help people get to their real why. So sometimes you have to ask questions to drill down to what their real why is for joining the business, right? For example, I'm in the travel industry, right? So a lot of times when you ask people why they join the business, they'll say, oh, because I want to be able to travel more. Makes sense. You want to travel more, start a travel business, right? But is that the real why? Did they really need to partner with me in order to travel more? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They would have been on a trip somewhere. We wouldn't have even had a conversation, right? They'd be in another country. So what's the reason why they're not traveling more? 2 reasons, either lack of money or lack of time. And for most people, it's both, right? So sometimes you got to drill down to get to the real why. And another way to help people come up with their why, because some people just maybe have never thought of it, is what have you gone through in your life where you're saying never again? If you can help people identify their never agains, that's going to be tied to their why, right? That's a direct correlation, right? If I look back on some of the most challenging times in my life, I remember when I was living in Connecticut and living check to check, and my lights got turned off. And it was probably like on a Wednesday or something. And I could not pay that bill until Friday. That's a problem, right? And so I remember just to heat up food, right? I had this little electric, it was like a water thing to heat up water, like if you wanted to make tea, right? This is how bad it was. And I had to get an extension cord, plug it in the hallway so that I could heat up that teapot so that I could put some food in it to warm it up, because my stove was electric, right? So for me, never again will I have to steal electricity to eat. You see what I'm saying? If you can help people with the never agains, have them start thinking about that, that's going to be tied to their why. It should be a part of their why, right? So with the game plan interview, you're going to talk about, again, what is your why? Number 2, how much income do you want to earn monthly? Right? Because at the end of the day, it comes down to the resources. It's about the money. Once you make the money, you can do whatever you need to do with it, whether it's pay your electric bill or take a trip to Jamaica. Totally up to you. But we need to know how much money you want to make, right? For some people, it's that they want to be able to leave their job, right? They want to become full-time entrepreneurs. There's a note here from Lorraine. She said, I was told by my upline the company is no longer doing welcome calls for the downline, only frontline. I'm not a gold builder yet, though. Any suggestions? I don't know where they got that information from. The company is not what does the welcome call. It's your upline that should be doing the welcome call with your new business partner. So, Lorraine, I would say you want to build relationships with other directors, because sometimes the welcome call doesn't have to be with your immediate director, right? You have layers of leadership in network marketing, layers of leadership, right? My director is also my sponsor, but guess what? I have a relationship with his director, right? So that's 2 generations up. So it would be nice if it was your immediate upline director, but it doesn't have to be. Build relationships with other leaders in the company, right? Welcome, Cliff. Thank you for joining us. Okay, good. LT said, awesome. This has been done. I just never heard it called this. This has been done during the PS3. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes people, well, if someone is having a 3-way call and that prospect signs up on that 3-way call, that call could then turn into a game plan interview. Sometimes it does happen that way. Not all the time, but it can. Okay, so the game plan interview. Again, what is your why for joining the business? How much money do you want to make? Whether it be, monthly. I typically have a monthly conversation when I ask people that question, because most people that we speak to are middle class, and middle class people think month to month, right? And then how many hours are they willing to commit to their business on a weekly basis to make the kind of money that they say they want to make? Okay. So those are the three major questions that you want to ask in a game plan interview. What is your why for starting? How much income do you want to make on a monthly basis? And how many hours a week are you willing to commit consistently to build this business to make the money that they say they want to make? That is the game plan interview. And then as a leader who's on the call, now they're going to show them exactly what it's going to take to make the kind of money that that person says that they want to make, because it's so important to manage your new business partner's expectations. We don't want people coming into business thinking, oh, I'm going to make $5,000 a month, within my first 90 days. Really? No, that is not a realistic expectation, right? So again, the game plan interview is super important. I don't care what network marketing company you're in. You should be having a game plan interview with your new business partner, because think about it. This person started a business to make money. Yes. So if they started a business to make money, then shouldn't you be having a conversation with them about, well, how much do you want to make, and telling them exactly what they need to do to make the money? I mean, it's just common sense, to be honest with you. So every company, if your company does not have something in place where this type of conversation is taking place, then you incorporate it as your part of the way you do business. Remember, you are the CEO of your business, period. If your business succeeds, it's because of you. If it fails, it's because of something you didn't do. Either way, it comes back down to you. So don't wait for your company to put something in place to help you make money and win in your business, right? They put together the opportunity. Now it's for you to take that opportunity and make the best of it. Okay. So Shamika, you just heard me share my never again, right? I never want to have to steal electricity to be able to eat. Delta had a question. What do you do to keep your potential business partners from thinking this is a job? Just telling them that this is not a job. You're in business for yourself. It's just having clear communication. So let's jump into the, again, today we're talking about 10 tips to build rapport with your new business partner so they stick and stay. Number 1, active listening. Active listening. Practice active listening to understand your business partner's needs, concerns, and goals. Show genuine interest in what they have to say and ask clarifying questions to demonstrate your engagement. Now, for those of you that have been following Virtual Coffee Break for a while, haven't we heard this before in other topics that we have discussed, right? It's important. You have to listen to what they want. You may have started your company. Let's say, for example, you have a jewelry business, right? And you joined this jewelry business because you love jewelry. Like, oh my gosh, that is your thing. You go to yard sales looking for jewelry. You're a crafter. You make jewelry, and you're like, oh, there's a jewelry business. I'm in, because I love jewelry, and I love that because I joined this jewelry business, I can also get a discount. I love this, right? Well, you might bring someone on who joins the business because they want to make some extra income. They could care less about the jury. Yeah, jury's nice, but they don't have a strong affinity for jury like you do. It's not their passion. Their passion is, I need to make some money. That's why I'm joining the jewelry business. I do know people who like jewelry, so this might be a good fit for me. You know, I already have some built-in clientele in my network. And so, again, you want to have this game plan interview with them so that you can learn that the reason why they join is they need money. So you can't then start talking about how great the jewelry is. Oh, we got different levels of quality of jewelry, and we got, you know, this, we got gold, we got silver, we got, oh my gosh, we got rings or whatever. You're talking about what you like about the business. But with that game plan interview, it's about what the new business partner is excited about and what they want and need out of the business. And so, again, while you're having that conversation with them, ask questions to demonstrate that you are being an active listener and listening to what their wants and needs are and not interjecting what you're excited about. Does that make sense? All right. Let me go to the chat. Oh, okay, Shamika. All right. Number 2, establish trust. Establish trust. Be transparent, honest, and reliable in your communications and actions. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship, and it's crucial in network marketing partnerships. Establish trust. Remember, people do business with people who they know, like, and trust. And my mom always said, you trust people until they give you a reason not to. Trust people until they give you a reason not to. So that always kind of stays in my mind. So yeah, being transparent and honest is the best way to build trust with people. And that's why I'm never afraid to share, you know, my faults. I'm never afraid to own up to my mistakes. I'm never afraid to share the dirty parts, the hard parts. Some people, especially on social media, you know them, y'all, right? The people who act like everything is perfect. I'm so amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. My life is a fairy tale, right? Do you really trust those people? Or do you initially think, they lying? This is how I think. This is how I think, right? And I'm going to give you another example. And this is just what I'm about to say is my opinion only. Okay. This is the world according to Tanisha, and it doesn't mean anything to anyone except me. All right. But filters. I don't trust people who use filters every time they post a darn picture. Because you know what that screams to me? This is just my personal opinion. Insecurity. You're insecure. And for me, as a businesswoman, I don't want to partner with someone who's insecure. That's just me. I want to partner with somebody who keeps it real. Now, I'm not saying when you create your meme with your image that, you know, you don't put your filter on, you know, no, put the filter on. This is your professional picture, right? But I'm saying every darn picture you post, every reel you using a filter, all of them? Seriously? This is just me, y'all. As a red who's money motivated, as someone who's looking to partner with strong business minded people, I'm not taking you seriously. If every single picture and reel you do, you got a filter to make you look glamorous, it screams insecurity to me. That's just me. Not everybody thinks the way I think, and that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, but that's how I feel. Anybody else agree with me on that? How do you feel? Ask yourself the question. How
But
do you feel when you see a person that you're following, whatever, and every single picture, reel, short has some filter on it, making them look like not who they really are? Okay.
I want to speak on that. Well, I just recently found out what filters were because I thought that I thought it was just something to give you a nice little frame in your picture. I didn't know it could actually change your face and make you look better. And I just found that out, and I was like, oh, I just thought people were looking glamorous. But I I agree with you about the struggle thing. Well, no, the about always being, because like I said before, I that's my brand, amazing K, everything's positive and everything. And I have been accused of being a Pollyanna, like, don't nothing make you mad. I'm like, well, I just choose not to get mad. Not that it doesn't make me mad. I just choose to do it a different way. But today, was it today? Yeah. We're still doing, in our team, we're still doing the 25-day um, challenge from Natalie Graham. And today was share your struggle. And, so this is the third month. So we kind of like coming up with what struggles are we going to share? And I asked my favorite friend, I gave her my name now, Annie Irene. You know who that is, right?
Mm-mm.
Annie Irene.
Mm-mm.
Her initials is AI.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I asked her, and I'm like, what is a struggle that I could share with social media? And when she came back with all that, I was like, ooh, that's too deep. I don't know if I want to share that. I don't know, because I don't want people thinking, well, how I'm a partner with her. But then I'm thinking about what you're saying. People want real people. And somebody probably could identify with the struggles that we have and know that, okay, we're real people. We got real struggles. That's why we're in this business, to get over them or that. So I get what you're saying now. That was an eye opener for me.
Absolutely. You want to. Here's the thing. A lot of people have a lot of doubts in themselves of whether or not they could even do a business. I remember, like, for most of my life, I was a worker. I was a worker bee. And when I even knew what the word entrepreneur meant, I looked at those people as, like, I put them up on a pedestal, like, oh my gosh, this is someone who actually hires people like me. Like, wow. And so I never thought that I personally could ever be an entrepreneur, but I was fascinated by someone who owned a business. And so, in order to help me build my belief that I could actually become an entrepreneur, I had to know that those entrepreneurs were people like me. They were relatable. They had the same struggles that I had. At some point in their life, they were living check to check. At some point at life, they may have had, a foreclosure or their car taken, a repossession, right? I need to know that at some point, maybe they got fired from a job, maybe multiple times, and that's what drove them to starting a business, right? I needed to know that, or be reminded that they weren't born knowing how to become an entrepreneur, but they studied it. They had a mentor, they had a coach, they asked questions, they did training, they invested, right? I needed to know that someone like me, right, would be able to become an entrepreneur. And if those entrepreneurs never shared that they had struggles, then I would never ever build the belief in myself that I could become an entrepreneur as well. Does that make sense? Who else wants to speak on this?
I want to speak on it real quick, Tanisha, because you kind of helped me out with this, with having those in-home travel parties. I used to think, I always had it in my mind, like, dang, my house is small, I'm in an apartment. I don't know if I want people, to come see where I'm living. And, they'd be like, oh, you in the business, but it's the total opposite. It's like, oh, she in this small house, but she's still having a private business. oh, she in an apartment, but she's still doing this business. Like you said, it's relatable because while we want everything to be perfect, our lives are not perfect, right? A lot of people say life is life. So to see a successful person that's like, listen, life is life, and for me too, they may have a bonnet on their head. I done seen 6-figure earners do lives with bonnets on their head. So who am I to think that I have to have makeup on and glamour every time it's just perfect, when that's just not the case. It's not real. So it is more relatable when you show people your struggles and you show people that you're natural and that you're a real person and that you had to go through these things before. And it's like, okay, I had to go through these things, but look, I pushed through and here I am now. It's not like I don't still have problems, because the
Right.
more money you make, the more problems you're gonna have. But I appreciate that realness. That's like, it's not all glitz and glamours. It's gonna get rough, dirty. You're gonna be tired, but listen, it's worth it in the end. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Delta?
So I want to say, oh, I'm sorry.
Delta and then Amira.
Okay.
Is Delta on? Okay. Go ahead, Amira.
So one thing that just came to me, because the whole purpose of being in this business is being able to be duplicatable. This permanent, glamorous, luxurious image is not duplicatable.
Exactly.
So what's duplicatable is humanity. Reality is duplicatable. Life is duplicatable. We don't want you. You're not supposed to be, the social media is not supposed to be your diary. It's not supposed to be your sounding board. You're not supposed to be complaining all the time about how hard things are on social media. But you can definitely say that, I've been through this and I'm going through this, but this is my light. This is what keeps me going. This is my why. This is a part of it. Just incorporate it into whatever story you're telling. I haven't been feeling well, and I posted something about it. And you know what I said at the end? I'm not really sweating trying to get y'all to be a travel agent. That's not about that. I am in this because I need time to heal and recover, and wellness is important to me. And like, put that in there. Like, just put what your why is, incorporated in that, in what struggle you're sharing. It doesn't have to be you struggling every single day. You don't have to be glamorous and everything. You can be human. Humanity is what's duplicatable. None of this other stuff is.
I love that. I love that. And let me say this. Let me say what I'm not saying. I'm not saying post a bunch of negative stuff on social media. Don't do that. Don't do that. You had a fight with your spouse and you sending subliminal messages. We all know you had a fight with him and that's why you posted what you posted. It's so obvious. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you share a struggle, but you also share that you're overcoming it, that you're not letting that struggle or that imperfection stop you from building your business, building your empire, for going after the bag. We all got stuff going on. My life ain't perfect at all. That's why I often share on Virtual Coffee Break some of the struggles and stuff that I've gone through. Staying consistent, yeah, I've struggled with that. Staying active on my calendar, yeah, I struggle with that. But I keep going. I don't let it stop me. I don't think anybody had ever been more insecure to be on camera than me. You know how we talk about, you need to go live and put your face forward and da-da-da-da. I had the most insecurities probably than any of you, because my whole entire life I was overweight. So if you want to talk about being insecure on camera, that was my story. But guess what? You think I'm gonna let being 60 pounds overweight stop me from getting the bag and freeing my family financially? No, sir, no, ma'am. I just had to figure the ish out and do it. It's important. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Nobody ever died for going live. Nobody. Right? You have a fear of speaking in front of people, just like Nubian Cutie just said. Toastmasters. We all have insecurities, but don't let that be the reason why you continue to struggle. Instead, put all of your energy and efforts into overcoming it, period. Nobody cares about your test. They care about the testimony. So getting back to our topic today, you have to establish trust with your new business partners so that they can trust you and they're going to want to stick and stay because they can relate to you. And they'll feel like, okay, this person is in it with me, not this person is so above me. They're so perfect. I can never do what they do. No, you got to bring it down and be like, I was just like you. Didn't like going live, couldn't stand speaking in front of people. I would sweat, but I had to overcome that. And these are some of the tools and resources that I use to matter of fact, read a book. You want to overcome something? Read a book. You know, that thing that got a lot of dust on that you might have on the shelf somewhere, pull it out, dust it off, and read it. There are so many fears that people have, but guess what? When they overcome it, they typically write a book about it because they become the expert on that, right? Beverly, you want to speak on this?
You must have said, hello, everyone. You see me over here smiling. I can totally relate, and just the month of December, I'm going to just share this high level. We had several of our appliances, things around the house go out. So it was a lot of extra money going out of this house, right? And so I'm not going to let this stop me. I had set a goal to continue to work with some of my team members, which required me to do a little bit of traveling, and the funds were getting, tight because, we had the water heater and the furnace, and we had to cut down the tree, and then the wash machine. I could go on and on in the month of December, but I shared what was coming up for me, with my business partners, but I kept pushing through. They said, you don't have to come help me. Yes, I do. They said, you don't have to come. Yes, I do. Because I decided to go in their space. I didn't want to work with them on Zoom or nothing like that. I wanted to be there with them so I could help them. But I have ish coming up. But my ish today don't stop me. Now, when I first got here, everything broke me down and stopped me, but not today. Because, we have goals. We have something that we're going after. And I want the people that I'm connected with to know that my life is not perfect. I don't expect their lives to be perfect, but I'm going to work with you. So just work with me where we are at. And I couldn't make the meeting this on Tuesday. I was determined to be at the meeting. I could make my husband wasn't feeling well. So I was, with him, helping him. That's what I was doing. And so it's been one of those points. But you know what? Life gets better, right? It gets
Absolutely.
better. Yeah, it gets better. So we keep going. So thank you for letting me be in this space with you guys. I love it.
I love it too. Thank you for sharing that story. All right, let's move on to number 3. Personalized interactions. Personalized interactions. Take the time to get to know your business partner on a personal level. Remember important details about their life, interests, and family, and use this information to personalize your interactions. I remember one of my business partners was being a micromanager to their team, right? Oh, everybody needs to get on this call. You need to be on this call, and you need to do this, you need to do that. No, everybody doesn't need to be on the calls as they're happening live. Some people have a lot of little children running around. Some people are at work. Some people, have other responsibilities happening when we have certain meetings and stuff. You need to know that about them, right? If I know, for example, let's say Amira, she has children, multiple children, and she homeschools. So if I, we have something at 8:00, let's say 8:00, our morning call, I'm not going to be like, Amira, I didn't see you on the 8 o'clock call. When I know she homeschools, that may be her homeschooling time. So who am right? I need to know that about her so that I can personalize my relationship with her, understanding what she has going on. Right? Some of you may have business partners who their spouses don't support them in the business. That's a big one. That happens a lot in our industry. Well, you need to know that so that you can be sensitive when they don't show up for certain things or they can't attend certain things, or you know what I mean? It might be that because their spouse doesn't support them and their spouse is the breadwinner, that they won't help them pay for their convention ticket. Well, guess what? If I know that about you, I may get your convention ticket for you. I may say, if you can get there, I will get your convention ticket for you, right? I'm going to personalize my interaction with them based on what I know about them. But if I don't take the time to know about them or what's going on in their life, how can I personalize that interaction? Make sense? Number 4, provide support. Provide support. Offer support and guidance to your business partner as they navigate their role in network marketing. Be available to answer questions, provide training, and offer encouragement when needed. A lot of people are just starting network marketing for the first time. They have no clue. They don't understand the business model, how it works. And so you have to, again, know where they're coming from. You should all know whether or not your new business partner have they ever done this before. And if they have, that's great. That just makes it easier for you. So now when you're speaking about certain things, they understand. But if they've never done it before, you got to be careful about how you communicate with them, right? You talking about DMO and they're like, what's DMO? Like they don't know what DMO is and they're afraid to ask you, right? So you have to provide support and guidance. Training, right? Make sure they get plugged into the training. Even if you're brand new yourself, guess what? Your company has trainings already out there. So all you really have to do is get them plugged into the existing training that's already there, making sure that they're aware of it, right? Let's go to number 5. Set clear expectations. This is a big one. Again, we're talking about tips to build rapport with your new business partner so that they stick and stay. So number 5 is set clear expectations. Clearly communicate your expectations and goals for the partnership. Ensure that your business partner understands what is expected of them and how they can achieve success in their role. And I would add to that, your new business partner needs to also understand what your role is in the partnership, and that your role is not the go-to person for every single question they have, right? Your role is to show them the tools and resources so that they can become independent of you as soon as possible. You need to establish that expectation from day one, because you have to remind them, especially if they've never done network marketing before, this is not an employer-employee relationship where you got to go to your supervisor or your boss for every little thing. Absolutely not. Remind them you are the CEO of your business. I'm not your boss. You got to run your business yourself. You got to access the tools and resources that are available to you to be successful. I promise you, Walmart is not calling Target asking them how they should build their business, what they should do about their sales. So clearly communicate your expectations and goals for the partnership. And again, ensure that your business partner understands what is expected of them. You expect them to show up for their success. You expect them to complete all training. You expect them to be on time. On time is early, right? I'm sorry, early is on time, right? On time is late. Late don't even bother, right? That's the expectation. The expectation is you need to show up to your weekly meeting. The expectation is I expect you to be at convention. The expectation, if you're struggling, I expect you to get on my calendar so I can help you. The expectation, I expect you to pay your overhead every month and not go on credit hold. Let them know what your expectation is. And then how about this? How about asking them a question? What do you expect of me? So that this way, if they got it twisted, you can correct them on that. Okay. Number 6, celebrate successes. Celebrate successes. Acknowledge and celebrate your business partner's achievements, no matter how small. Recognition can go a long way in building morale and motivation. If your new business partner goes live, shout them out. Congratulate them on going live. It may not have been easy for them. If they got a certification in something, shout them out, right? That was a commitment that they saw through till the end, right? If your new business partner made a sale, shout them out. If they exceeded their sales from last week or last month, shout them out. Celebrate that, right? Everybody likes to be acknowledged and recognized for things that they do, especially in business, because it is not easy being a business owner. I don't care what business you have. It's not easy. It takes work. It takes dedication. It takes commitment. It takes sacrifice. It's not easy. You got to stretch yourself, right? So celebrate successes. Number 7, open communication. Open communication. Encourage open and honest communication between you and your business partner. Create a safe space for them to share their thoughts, concerns, and ideas. When you have a business partner sharing something, don't condemn them when they're sharing, right? Don't condemn them. Don't demoralize them. Be open and understanding. Just listen. Just listen. Now, when you're coaching someone, here's a little twist to it. If they have given you permission to coach them, let me be clear, you got to call them out on their BS as well, respectfully and from a place of love. Everybody knows if you've had a one-on-one with me, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, but you already know it's coming from a place of love and that I want to stretch you because I want to see you win based on what you told me you wanted out of this business, right? But I never want to make it a conversation where I'm beating you up to the point where now you don't ever want to come to me again for help when you're struggling, right? So there's an art to it. So you have to learn it. You got to learn it. Don't beat your people up, but have open communication and also make yourself easily available to them. This is why I always encourage everyone. You should have an online calendar. If your team needs to reach you for a one-on-one, they got a quick question, they need a 3-way call, they need assistance with a presentation, something, man, they shouldn't have to text you, in my opinion. And again, this is the world according to Tanisha, and it doesn't mean anything to anyone but Tanisha. But this is how I run my business. I don't want to make it hard for Angela to reach out to get help from me and her thinking, oh, I don't want to text her. I know she's super busy. She got a team of thousands of people. I don't want to bother her. That's what your business partners are thinking. They don't want to bother you. Realizing that your job is to be there to support them in the business. So if you have an online calendar, that kind of removes your new business partner feeling like they're bothering you, right? They can easily just go on your calendar and just schedule time with you for whatever they need, right? All right, moving on. Where we at? We are at number 8. Okay, number 8. Empower your business partner to take ownership of their business. So number 8 is empowerment. Empower your business partner to take ownership of their success. Provide them with the tools, resources, and autonomy they need to thrive in their role, meaning their role as the CEO of their business. They got to take ownership of it. They got to grab the bull by the horns and take ownership of their business. So keep planting that seed. You are the CEO of your business. You are the CEO of your business. You are the CEO of your business. If your business is successful, it's because of you and what you're doing. If your business is not successful, it's because of what you're not doing. Matter of fact, Eric Worre says that in GoPro. I'm no genius. I just read the book. And guess what happens when you read the book? You're going to sound like the genius too. But you got to read the books, right? I love it. Empowerment. Kim said, I sat for months not wanting to bother my director. See, thank you, Kim, for sharing that. Thank you. I'm telling y'all, this is why you have attrition. Because your business partner is feeling like they don't want to bother you. But guess what they also don't want to do? Keep paying a monthly fee to keep their business going that they're not making any money on. Right? So again, if we manage the expectation of what they're supposed to do and what our role is in the partnership is to help them and guide them and keeping the lines of communication open, then they won't feel that way. And especially if you have an online calendar and you provide it to them and you say, anytime you need assistance, just book some time on my calendar. Guess what? If I'm busy, you won't see that time available. If I'm free, the time will be available and it's there for you. And now they're going to feel comfortable and confident that they can reach out to you with any questions that they have. See, Benita said, me too, and still feeling that way. You shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way. And remember, you have layers of leadership. So if your sponsor or your director is making you feel that way, then you need to reach out to their upline director or leader. Right? Number 9. Ooh, this is where the accountability comes in, because you got to lead by example. Lead by example. Demonstrate the behaviors and work ethic you expect from your business partner. Leading by example can inspire them to follow suit and stay motivated. We're gonna go a little bit over today because I want to spend a little time on this leading by example. Because again, what is our topic today? 10 tips to build rapport with a new business partner so that they stick and stay. So if you're having problems with attrition, people leaving, quitting, it could be because you're not leading by example. They partnered with you because you said this was something that could help them. And you're telling them all the right things they should do, but you yourself are not doing it. How are you going to tell your new business partner they need to go to convention, but you haven't purchased your ticket yet? Oops, wait a minute. Don't log off. How are you telling your new business partners they need to attend a weekly meeting, but you don't go? How are you telling your new business partner that, oh, you should read your first year network marketing, but you haven't read it yet? How are you telling your new business partner they need to, you posted in your chat or your team group, okay, we got the team meeting, everybody get on a team meeting, but then they don't see you on? Your team is going to do what you do, not what you say. I'm just saying. Thank you, Josephine. You got to lead by example. Be the sponsor you wish you had. Be the leader you wish you had. Because your team is, again, just like your kids. You know how your kids, you got to tell your kids, do what I do, not what I say. Well, guess what? They're going to do what you do. They see you cussing, they're going to be cussing. They see you praying, they're going to pray. They see you reading, then they'll be like, okay, I should be reading. At some point, I got to start reading. They see you laying on a couch, watching TV all day. That's what they're going to do. And write this down. Everything duplicates, good and bad. And let me also say this when it comes to leading by example. And I don't think you've ever heard me say this ever. But I've seen it so much and it bothers me. And this is why I'm saying this. And I'm saying this because it's the responsible thing to do. And we're talking about network marketing. If you are at a place in your life right now where you still in the business, you still paying for it, your business is still active, but you know you don't have the mental capacity because of whatever to do the things that you're supposed to do, to be plugged in, to, you know, continue with your training, to personally develop and stuff like that, please don't enroll anybody in the business. I understand you need the money, but money, sometimes there's things that are more important than the money. And in this context of what I'm sharing with you right now, this is one of those times. If you are not doing, and can we all agree we know what we're supposed to be doing? Can we all be honest and say, yes, I know what I'm supposed to be doing? Whether or not you're doing it or not, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying, can we agree that we all know what we're supposed to be doing? And so what I'm saying to you is responsibly and respectfully, if you are currently not doing what you're supposed to be doing in your business, please don't enroll anybody. Because they're watching you. They're seeing what you do. And we want to set people up for success, not for failure. And so if you're not ready to lead, stop enrolling people until you get ready, until you make that commitment that I'm going to win in my business and I want to take people with me on this journey to win. Not I'm failing at my business. Let me bring some other people in so they can fail with me. That is so selfish. I see a lot of selfishness in network marketing. People just bringing people in to make a commission. And then they just leave those people. Those people are looking to you. Sometimes it's crazy. People, these new business partners will get on a Zoom, a team Zoom, or go to an event and their own sponsor ain't there. What? How do you think they feel? They're doing the things that should be done because thank God they're getting the information from somewhere. Thank God they're not just following you. So they're getting the information from somewhere. So they're doing the thing, but then they don't see you there. So please, since we all agreed that we know what we should be doing, if for whatever reason you're not doing what you should be doing, then stop enrolling people. until you get your stuff together and you can do right by them. Is that fair? And I know I've never said anything like this before on here. So I'm sure for some of you that's shocking. Like, she told us not to enroll anybody. No, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, stop enrolling people. Thank you for those of you that agree. Thank you. It's fair, right? And again, put yourself in their situation. If somebody brought you into the business and they ain't doing nothing that they supposed to be doing, how would you feel? You'd be like, what in the heck did I sign up for? Why did I join this business? And now you messing up the whole company. They're going to have crazy attrition because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I just think it's so selfish. So I think we need to be more responsible. So that goes into the lead by example. And last but not least, continuous. Highlight that, underline it. Continuous training and development. Continuous training and development. Thank you, LT. She said, I feel it. My sponsor is doing nothing. Thank God for my director. Now you see why the welcome call is so important, why it's so important to introduce your new business partner to your director, because you might fall off and at least that person will be in good hands with someone else. Continuous training and development. Offer ongoing training and development opportunities to help your business partner grow in their role. This shows that you are invested in their success and can help them stay engaged and motivated. Continuous training and development. Dawn said, I've been in the business when I eventually felt like I was a number and not a true business partner. Needless to say, I left. Again, thank you, Dawn, for sharing. That's attrition. That's how attrition happens. When you start feeling like you're a number, like the person who brought you in doesn't care, they're not checking on you, or you're not making yourself, available to them or something, that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. And so, thank you, Angela. She said 2024 is my year to do better. Thank you. So you want to offer your new business partner training and development opportunities to help them grow their business and to help them be the best CEO that they can be. But if you're not trying to be the best CEO that you can be, then how can you offer them anything? If you're not reading a book, when you come across a business partner who's struggling in a certain area, let's say you have a business partner who is terrified of prospecting because they're afraid of the rejection. FYI, rejection is a part of network marketing. You're going to be rejected a lot, but the people who are rejected the most make the most money, believe it or not, because they're going through the numbers, right? And so you have a business partner who's terrified of the rejection, and you're like, oh my gosh, they better get over that. Well, instead of just telling them, well, you need to get over that and just feel the fear and do it anyway, why not offer them a book to read to help them overcome that so they can understand the science behind their feelings and how to overcome it? Like the Go for No book. There's one, right? There's one, Go for No. It might be the 10X book by Grant Cardone. It could be GoPro. But if you're not reading the books, how can you even make a recommendation to your new business partner? Let me tell you, being a sponsor comes with responsibility. Being a sponsor in the business comes with responsibility. And so in 2024, I want to encourage you to take that responsibility seriously. And so by following these 10 steps, you can build rapport with your new business partner and create a strong foundation for a successful and long-lasting working relationship in the business. All right. And just to recap, again, today's topic was 10 tips to build rapport with your new business partner so that they stick and stay. If you missed it, number 1 was active listening. Active listening. Number 2, establish trust. Establish trust. Number 3, personalize interactions. Personalize interactions. Number 4, provide support. Provide support. Number 5, set clear expectations. Set clear expectations. Number 6, celebrate successes. Celebrate successes. Number 7, open communication. Open communication. Number 8, empowerment. Empowerment. Number 9, lead by example. Lead by example. And number 10, continuous training and development. Continuous training and development. Dawn had a question on the flip side. How do you deal with being available and doing all those things, but the BPs don't respond? Great question, Dawn. If they don't respond, but you reached out, you should be able to sleep very well at night, knowing that you did the right thing. I have some business partners that I enrolled 5 years ago, 6 years ago. They're still active in the business, but we haven't had a one-on-one in those 5 years. They just haven't reached out, and I'll put my calendar out there. Matter of fact, I did a whole post. I have a group with just my front line in it, people I personally enrolled. And I put a message out saying, if you have a desire to make more money in 2024 than you have in 2023, book a one-on-one coaching on my calendar. Only a few people did it. But guess what, Dawn? I don't feel bad. I did right. I made myself accessible. They got a link. If they want help, they want to talk, but if they don't do it, is that on them or is it on me? It's on them. So I sleep very well at night, knowing that I did right by everybody I brought in. But if they don't take advantage of the access that they have to me, if they don't take advantage of all the tools and resources that the company provides, that's not my responsibility. That's on them. And I have had people who have quit the business and come back and tell me it wasn't you, it was me. And I thank them for sharing that. Even though I already knew it, it was nice to hear them admit to that. It wasn't you, it was me. So be the best sponsor that you can be. Be the sponsor you wish you had. Several of you, I saw comments talking about your sponsors not doing anything. They don't provide support, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But guess what? That shouldn't be the excuse for why you don't succeed in your business. Who cares what your sponsor does or does not do? They did their job. They sold you the business. The rest is on you. Why? Because you are the CEO of your own business. And this is why people join network marketing, because all the tools and resources the companies provide for you. Anything that your sponsor or your director brings to the table is extra. But the basics that you need to win in your business, your company already provides it. And that's across the board in network marketing. If they're still in business, that's because they provide tools and resources for you to be successful. Because if they weren't, they'd be out of business. So be the sponsor you wish you had. Build those relationships, and retention will become so much easier. And here's a little clue for how you'll know if you're doing a good job. So like in my company, for example, the 28th is the last day of the month that they run credit cards. The 28th is the last day of the month. And so when the numbers roll back because somebody don't have that money on their card and people go on credit hold, how many of my own personals are going on credit hold versus those credit holds coming from other people in the downline? I rarely have people that are direct to me go on credit hold. As a matter of fact, this month, well, December was the first month that I had like 3. And I was like, wait, what? That's never me. It's usually, right? So I'm like, what happened there? So I have to reevaluate that with those people. Like, what happened? Because that never happens with me. It's very, very rare. It's usually in the downline that all these credit holds happen. But when you build a relationship with your new business partner, they will start to feel obligated to stay active in their business because they don't want to let you down because you've done so much for them. They trust you. They know you're there to support them. And so they won't want to let you down. And so they got to make sure that their business stays active and they pay. All right. Any questions before I end today? Wow, we went 17 minutes over, but I think this was a very responsible topic today. Anybody have any questions? Okay. All right. Well, everyone have a great and amazing day. Did everybody find value? Oh, but since we're already over, let me ask this question and you can put it in the chat. For those of you that are in studio, you can unmute yourself. What was your biggest takeaway from today that you learned that you say, man, I need to start doing this one thing? If I don't do anything else, I need to start doing this one thing with my new business partner so that I can help retain them in 2024.
My biggest takeaway was setting clear expectations. Making sure I do that in the very, very, very beginning. And then asking them what do they expect of me and vice versa. So then I can hold them accountable and they can hold me accountable.
That's good. That's good. Angela said, I need to do it all more and every day. All right. Anybody at Delta? What was your biggest takeaway from today?
My takeaway is to hold myself accountable, so where I can, the one person that's under me, be able to be vigilant, and I guess, being able to be responsible for myself, but being able to show her, lead and guide her in how and what, making sure I do what I need to do. So therefore, when she see or look or sees in me that, oh, okay, then this is how I need to step up my game. This is what I need to do. But I have to first, it's like, give myself a kick in the butt. So therefore, I know, and I can hold my continuously to hold myself accountable and be able to move forward. So therefore, she can be able to move forward as well.
Exactly. That ties into lead by example and set expectations. Absolutely. Absolutely. Barbara said, improve where I'm lacking so that I can be a better example. Again, that goes back to number 9. leading by example.
Excuse me, Director Burke. I
Yeah.
also to earlier because I got uh, cut myself off. I also wanted to say thank you to something that you were speaking about when you were talking about the filters. Because myself, when I first, I'm glad you said what you said, and you and the way you pulled it all together, talking about the filters, because I never under the sun looked at it like that. I was, having fun with it, did the filters. And this is when I first, got knowledge of or was even introduced to the filters. I mean, I was doing it, doing the pictures, taking fun, and I never looked at it in that manner. So I'm glad to hear you say what you said as far as how you look at it, or your expectations as far as how you're looking at people who are dealing with filters. So I don't do like a lot of filters now as I did earlier and learning about it, but I'm glad to hear you put it in the manner of how you said it. So now I understand it better, and I know how to maneuver. And if I do filters, not in a depth way as far as
Right.
using. So I'm glad to hear that, because like I said, now I can say this: you're never too old to learn. So as of today,
Absolutely.
I learned something new, and I'm very appreciative of that, because I never could would have thought or wrap my mind around looking at it in that manner. So I say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Christina? Christina? There you go.
Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. My biggest takeaway is to basically show that I too fail in life too. I have came across to the people that I sponsor, like I'm succeeding all this and I'm doing all this, which I'm trying to, and it is implementing in my life. But there is a lot of turmoil that's coming too while I'm rising, and I'm not sharing that with people. I'm being very personal about that, and I think I need to show more sympathy that I too am struggling, that although I have all these ideas and plan and I'm implementing them, that I am too having some struggle just going on the way.
I love that. I love that. Beverly?
And for me, I really took from provide personalized interaction. Just really making sure that I'm providing that personalized interaction in all different ways, and really learning about them so I can meet them where they are and be able to understand them. Because when I understand when people understand me, it makes me feel good. And I know that I want to reciprocate that with my business partner. So that's something that really stood out for me.
I love that. I love it. And Kay?
Well, for me, I want to work more on the number 7 and 8. They kind of go together for me, because it's always my desire to help me to empower, for me to help empower the team that I'm working around with, people that are on my team. Even, I mean, Detroit, we're such a melting pot. It's not just people that are on. We have lots of different people, but we take that premise of one team, one dream. So, I'm helping everybody, but I kind of get, sometimes I get kind of, didn't I tell you that already? Or I'm like, did you write it down? And so that number, when you were talking about in love, and don't, call them out on their BS, but also do it in love. And because I do want everybody to succeed, and I do want everybody to know what I know. So when their team members come to them, they can explain it and they can demonstrate it. And it's just that sometimes I don't think the people, take it like, oh, well, Kay will tell them, well, we'll know. I mean, we'll just ask Kay. And like you say, I'm trying to get out of that habit and saying, well, I think you know that already. Remember we talked about it before, or something like that. So I'm trying to be more, USA.
Right. That's good. That's good. All right, everyone. Well, that concludes Virtual Coffee Break today. Thank you so much for tuning in, engaging. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video to anybody that you know who is in network marketing and they are struggling to maintain their team. This video can help them. We are real people with real businesses. We have the same struggles as you, and we're just working through it all together. So everyone have a great weekend, and I will see you back next Tuesday. This concludes Virtual Coffee Break with Tanisha. Bye, everyone.
Bye.